Everybody remembers Johnny Bravo, that classic late 90s Cartoon Network show centering on a kind-hearted idiot who has stylish hair yet fails to understand women. But something that I'm sure a lot less people remember is the short-lived spin-off block also centering on Johnny, called JBVO. JBVO, Your All Request Cartoon Show, was a weekly block of cartoons that aired on Sunday nights from April 2nd, 2000 to May 21st, 2001, before being cancelled due to its unpopularity. The block had Johnny Bravo as the host, and relied on viewer requests to determine which cartoons were played. The concept of this block was to create a live interaction between Johnny and the viewers, as the viewers could call in, write emails, and send letters to Johnny to not only request the cartoon, but also interact with the character over small talk and other real-world comments.
Oh, hey Jacob, it's JB.
Hey Johnny bro.
Hey, how are things in Omaha?
Pretty good.
Really?
It's rainy.
Really, it's rainy in Nebraska. Little something for the ladies right there. Hey, are you posing daily, Jacob?
Huh?
Are you posing daily? You know, a daily is very important.
Yeah.
You know, I know the dude who made this Daffy cartoon did his daily. You do yours, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me hear one.
Like, haha.
All things considered, the show was quite the clever creation, and required a weekly effort to gather all of the viewer comments and record unique lines of dialogue for Johnny to run the show every week. Unfortunately, this live talk show style is believed to be the reason why almost all content involving JBVO is lost. Aside from the series' low popularity to begin with, every week would have time-sensitive dialogue like the date and real kids talking to Johnny over the phone. In order to save the illusion of a live talk show with a fictional character, Cartoon Network probably decided they weren't worth re-airing after their initial premiere, and popping in a videotape every week to record a show that would become lost more than 10 years in the future never crossed anyone's mind. The only surviving parts of JBVO include one full episode from January 5th, 2001, with all the cartoon episodes included, an October 22nd, 2000 episode containing only the Johnny segments and no cartoons, as well as various clips from other episodes and random bumpers and promos. If JBVO did air every Sunday from beginning to end, that would mean there are a total of 60 episodes out there, with again only one full one and Johnny segments of a second one resurfacing. Even if it aired half as many times as that, and only 30 episodes were made, that's still mind-blowing that a single full episode has survived after all these years. But again, the whole time-sensitive live talk show idea certainly hindered the archival of this show. As mysterious as JBVO is in itself, there's arguably a more desired lost media interest to be had here, and it's popped up countless times over the years and is probably the most memorable thing to have come from JBVO. One of the rules of JBVO is that you couldn't request a half-hour-long show, only the usual 10-minute cartoons were used. Despite this, a girl allegedly once called into the show and requested for Johnny to play an episode of Dragon Ball Z. Albeit being reluctant, he proceeds to play it, except at a fast-forward's pace and gives his own commentary over what's happening in the episode.
Who's that handsome guy? Hello, 911 emergency. Better bring out the reinforcements.
He then apologized to the caller for the inconvenience. While countless recollections of this event occurring have been retold online, and I'm sure it did happen, there is technically no proof in regards to this event ever happening. Digging a little deeper, I was hoping to maybe pinpoint where in the JBVO timeline this request could have occurred to direct a search for recordings at a particular time of year, but considering Dragon Ball Z's original run on Toonami was from 1998 to 2003, it could have been anywhere, as JBVO's entire run falls right in the middle. Though I have seen some claims that the episode Johnny played was one involving Frieza, which would actually make sense as that saga premiered a while prior to JBVO's premiere, so it would be reasonable to assume that Johnny would have played an older, more outdated episode and not one from the current Toonami saga. Plus, Frieza's stuff is iconic enough to rewatch out of series as well. But that does it for JBVO and the claims of a fast-forwarded Dragon Ball Z episode. This is another one of those cases where it's unlikely that any kind of research online is going to yield the episode, as all of the stuff currently available for JBVO came after the obscurity and desire to document the series was had within the community. So it would take hunting down old VHS tapes or even getting Cartoon Network to release it directly if it's still in their archives. Despite the unlikelihood of people having recorded the episodes, I'd like to think that someone was too busy on the Sunday the DBZ event happened to watch it, so they recorded it for later viewing, and that's the person we hopefully someday need to come forward. So until that happens, with not only the DBZ event, but also with the series to a greater extent, JBVO and the Dragon Ball Z event will remain a mystery.